back to the news at 4 on this Earth Day, and maybe you're wondering what are some ways that you can reduce your carbon footprints, or maybe you're wondering what's going on in my community, how are we giving back to the planet? Well, on this Earth Day today, we are joined by Steve Hubble with the City of Boise. He's the Climate Action Senior Manager, and I just wanted to talk about, the City of Boise. They've been known for the initiatives over the years. I know most famously in recent years, somebody's put up carbon neutral by 2050.
Right.
As Idaho's capital city, why do you think it's so important to really start that conversation?
Well, Joe, thanks for having us this afternoon. I mean, for the city, it's a really important issue for our community to lead on environmental issues. And then particularly with the city, we have an opportunity to demonstrate some of those things with the work that we do in our facilities, share those learnings with the community, and really attempt to inspire and drive action.
What are some of the initiatives that you think people at home would love to know about that maybe they just don't know?
Well, there's a number of initiatives that people can take and work on in their house. There's a lot of interest, obviously, in recycling and composting. Those are two of our waste reduction programs that have a lot of interest in the community. In addition to that, we'd like to think for starting with things that are easy for residents to look at. So opportunities like energy and water efficiency to use those resources more wisely are of great benefit.
And I know there's a lot of new people to our area. When we talk about going green, I know some people wonder about water use and how hot it can get here in our area. When you talk about things to consider during the summertime, other than recycling, what about conservation and energy use?
Yeah, certainly reducing energy is really important as we work to transition to be carbon neutral, because energy that we don't use is energy that we don't have to generate. And the same thought with water, particularly if we can conserve those valuable resources, those opportunities have a great benefit.
And I know sometimes when we talk about recycling and environment stories, some people will say, well, I don't know how big of a difference me and my family can just make on our own. What's the point? How big of a difference can one family make?
Well, I think, the way I like to describe it, Joe, is we can think about a handful of people doing sort of all the actions, or we can think about a large number of people doing some of the actions. And I think sometimes folks have a tendency, particularly on climate and environmental issues, to get a little overwhelmed. The things seem complicated, or you have to do a lot of them. But if many of us take a few of these key actions collectively, we can make a big impact.
I wish we could talk for the full hour just about Earth Day stuff. That would be my personal dream. But we do have to go to a quick break. Before we do, though, if people are looking to connect with the City of Boise and the programs and ways to get involved, what's the best way to check that out?
Check out the city newsletter, our climate action website, and our social media.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by here on the news at 4. We're going to take a real quick break, but we got some sports coming up right after this break.